I consider myself a very lucky person because I have a job that I really truly love. I love doing it because of the people I get to work with. I love doing it because of the issues I get to work on. And I love doing it because it makes me feel like I'm really contributing and making a difference to the world that we live in. And you know, I find that very, very satisfying. Nonetheless, there's days when it can be really tired. I can be really tired and the work can seem really hard and sometimes overwhelming. And so sometimes I'd like to think, you know, what actually keeps me going? What makes it so I can keep doing this work? And for me, sometimes it's just, I just have this sort of faith, this deep faith that, that the world will be a better place if we all do the little bit that we can. So instead of trying to change the whole world, you choose the one piece that you can do and you try and do it really, really well. And I've chosen to work on ocean conservation. And so sometimes when it feels like there's so many issues facing us in this world, such as climate change and poverty and violence and things that seem just sort of beyond our control, instead of being overwhelmed by all of that, I just think, you know, there's probably other people like me out there who are trying to make a difference in these other areas, and I just put my faith in them that that's going to help fix things. And I know that the piece that I'm doing to contribute to making the world a better place is oceans conservation. So I just find 1992, when I came to British Columbia, that I really fell in love with the ocean here and realized what a great resource it is, and also what just a great environment it is. I spent a lot of time diving and at the beach, and the ocean really stole my heart that summer. But that was also the summer that I fell in love with the communities of British Columbia, the coastal communities, and I realized just how much the people here are so proud of their connection to the ocean and their history of living off the ocean's resources, and how much they want to be able to maintain that lifestyle. And as I worked in various ocean conservation projects for the next 5 years or so, I realized that what we needed was a conservation group that looked not only at trying to protect the ocean, but also trying to protect the ocean in order to be able to support these coastal communities. And that's why in 1998 I started Living Ocean Society. The goal for the future is actually, it's kind of simple. It's hard to get to, I think, but I think it's a pretty simple goal. A couple of years ago, there was a paper put out by a scientist on the East Coast, Dr. Boris Worm, and as a result of his research, he predicted that if we continue to manage our oceans the way we're doing it right now, there will not be any commercial fisheries by the year 2048. And I think of that, and I think about the fact that my kids were born in the year 2000, which means when they're 48, which is close to the age that I am right now, they will not be able to eat the salmon, the prawns, the shrimp, the crab, the clams that they eat on a regular basis right now. And I think, my God, that's an incredibly dramatic change for somebody to go through in just a short lifetime of 48 years. So my goal for the future is to make sure that they still can have a seafood dinner when they're 48 and when their kids are 48. And by keeping myself focused on the health of my children and my family, it gives me that drive and that passion to keep going. And I think if we're all committed to that, we really can make sure it'll happen.